I think if Beyonce can do it, anyone can. Like,
but Beyonce's not a real human. Welcome to Pop In for Pop Culture. I'm Hillary MacDonald.
And I'm Tanya Cruz.
And hey, we have someone who popped in to join us for Pop In for Pop Culture today.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Happy Thursday morning to all of you.
We have Shane Kippel here in the studio with us today. All you Degrassi diehards may know him better as Spinner. He was on the show for over 9 seasons and is now a drummer in a Toronto-based band called Dear Love. We'll be doing an interview with him later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. But he'll also be popping into our discussion this morning. Hillary, take it away. Tell us what's poppin'.
Tanya, I'll take it away, all right. I'll tell you what's popping in pop culture today. Yesterday, TMZ broke the news that Selena Gomez was in rehab for 2 weeks back at the beginning of January. Did you know about this? I didn't hear about it. I had no idea. She's always kind of had that good girl image, but she was admitted to Dawn at the Meadows Recovery Center, which is a facility that treats people aged 18 to 26 years old who are struggling with emotional trauma, addiction, or dual diagnosis concerns.
Am I a really bad person? Because I've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. Like, I don't know. It's a good girl gone bad kind of thing. We've seen it time and time again. Anyway, so her rep did release a statement saying Selena voluntarily spent time at the Meadows, but not for substance abuse. Some sources say that her need for rehab is due to her association with Bieber, who has all that drama going down, but I don't know.
Blaming it on the Biebs.
I
don't know. Here's the thing. Okay, so Demi Lovato, to people like Melissa Joan Hart, who was on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and like many other people who have grown up in Hollywood as young stars, openly state that everyone does drugs in Hollywood. And with so many stories recently in the news that are drug-related, like Justin Bieber, and the unfortunate passing of Philip Seymour Hoffman, Shane, you've been in the industry since a young age. How do you feel about a statement like this?
Obviously, I'm not as keen, as up-to-date with my pop culture entertainment news as you two are, but from what I've experienced and what I've seen and what I know myself, in the entertainment industry, I've experienced like a watered-down version, not quite the Hollywood starlet version of the entertainment world, but there are lots of people. It just seems the lifestyle just attracts that sort of behavior, and it's sad because you have these really young, fortunate people that have money and fame beyond their wildest dreams, and they feel invincible. They can't see an end in sight. So the idea of burning out, being so young, and maybe 5 years down the road having nothing left because they've squandered all of it, like it ended up in rehab so many times that they can't be hired anymore, or they, God forbid, are victims of an OD like Philip Seymour Hoffman or so many other tragic cases over the years. It's sad that they can't see how fortunate they are, but it's still so fragile, it's delicate. So
I feel like, you know what, too, it has a lot to do with who you hang around, you know? Like, I feel you can tell with Bieber, like, he started, he was hanging out with his mom a lot, even, like, Usher in the beginning, and then now it's, like, this full-blown transition to, like, all these rappers and, like...
And his dad.
Yeah, helping him with the drag racing. It's...
Anyway, who's popping in the city, Tanya?
All right, it's our favorite Material girl. Our girl, MacDonald, will be in Toronto next week to host the official grand opening of her Hard Candy fitness gym this coming Tuesday. And she'll also be leading her signature Addicted to Sweat cardio-based dance class to a lucky group of people. Where is that sign-up sheet? I want to, be in that class.
Right? My friend, Chris Allaire, who also is a journalism student here at Ryerson, he was one of those lucky people, unfortunately not with Madonna, but he got to try out the dance class last week, and he came back saying that he would not blame anyone for lip-syncing while dancing again. So, Brittany, you're off the hook.
I don't know. Like, if Beyonce can do it, anyone can. Like,
but Beyonce's not a real human.
Neither is Pink. Pink.
Okay. That's
I don't even know where to begin with Pink.
She's amazing.
Yeah. I saw her like a couple months ago. Did you know that she actually wanted to be like a, what's the proper word, like acrobatic, like person, gymnastic person? That was her. Technical terms around here. That was her dream, and she ended up being a performer. So I mean. Like
kudos to her. She's fantastic.
So now she can do 2 in 1. So yeah, kudos to Pink. Brittany, come on, step up your game. Someone's gonna do it.
Whoa, Hillary.
So yeah, we have Shane Kippel here in the studio with us today, and you may know him as Spinner from Degrassi, and he's now the drummer in a Toronto-based band called Dear Love.
So Degrassi, I grew up on this show, man. Like, oh, God.
Me too, literally.
So that's what we're actually going to lean into. You kind of started on a show around 15 years old, would you say?
14, 15, yes.
So that's kind of like high school age, right?
Oh,
so,
yes.
like, did it feel like an actual high school experience for you to be on Degrassi?
No, aside from the learning experience aspect of it. But looking back, when I was in the heat of it, they were two very different things. Like, I had this amazing job that I just kind of fell into, and I had no idea what to expect. And then I had my school life and all my friends that I didn't go to an art school or a school that was really sort of geared towards children who were athletes or in the entertainment business from a young age. It was just normal high school, so they were two very separate things. Like I would go back and just be with my crew that loved it but didn't understand it at all, and then I would go into the Degrassi world at Epitome Pictures and have just that different monster to not monster. It was great, but like they were in no way did it feel like school. It felt like a holiday. It was great.
What would that be like? Like you're going into math class in the real world, and then you're going into math class for like Degrassi High. Like I don't know.
It was interesting. Like for each cast member, it was a little bit different. But what they wanted us to do was be at school as much as possible. And for the times that you knew you wouldn't be at school, you would either have to have like a buddy system in place with one of your good friends in each class and talk to your guidance counselor and talk to your teacher, let them know about the situation, how unique it was, but that you really wanted to stay on top of everything, so you actually got your schoolwork ahead of time, and then it was almost like a correspondence in
You're basically kind of living two lives there, you know?
A little bit.
Yeah. Also, so you like one of your buddies, I guess, on Degrassi was Aubrey, who's better known as Drake to most of Toronto and the rest of the world now.
Yeah.
And throughout all of the seasons he was on Degrassi, you were also there. And we thought it'd be kind of fun to bring up a little Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday.
I mean, it's
no,
Thursday.
what's this gonna be?
Here's the opportunity. So here's a little blast from the past.
A homie is a player, and that is all. So why'd you have to go and kick his ball? And Shane, ain't that your name? Cause you a player hater, and that's a shame. And chicks like you ain't worth too much. So shut up, girl, and make my lunch. Yeah!
Shane, do you remember do you remember preparing for that scene at all?
Lightly. It was my first experience rapping on or off TV. It just wasn't. I took a lot of my cues from Aubrey actually that day. Except I remember just with the flow of the words, we couldn't come up with a good idea of how to kind of bridge the gap between his lyrics and mine. But there was just this one bridging word where ball and chain. Or however it went, is that your name? Because you a player hater, and that's a shame. But I remember I was the one that picked that flow to space it out, and that was the first time that I realized, like, hey, maybe I have a career in writing. No.
And the most crucial part of it all was to end it by crossing your arms and
Right.
and leaning against each other, right?
Whose decision was that?
I think that we were just like, we were
It was like in the
That
moment,
had to
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Sometimes
Alright.
that was lightning in a bottle. You can't explain all those things.
Totally. So around the last season of Degrassi, we see our character kind of getting involved in music. He is a drummer in a band. And then so now we find you, a drummer in a band for Dear Love.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that happening? Was that like some kind of foreshadowing in there?
You know what's really weird, if you're talking about life imitating art, the first band, my very first serious band after Degrassi, actually was compiled of all the characters that I was in studs with. I've just been interested in music and playing music for longer than I've been acting, so it just seemed, when I was finished with the show and I had a lot more time on my hands, it was just the natural course of things to come. I just gravitated more to and started dedicating more time towards the music, and then 5 years later, I've been in a series of bands, and now Dear Love, being by far the best of everything I've experienced to this point with music, is just, this is really all I want to pursue at this point. So I've actually stepped away from acting so I could completely focus on this.
As far as like distribution, is your EP going to be released soon?
Our EP is ready to be released literally any day. It could have actually happened in the time that we started this interview.
Oh, look at
breaking
news.
I know, right? Stop the presses, if we even have presses anymore. But no, it's it literally will be available on iTunes. Possibly even today. Like, we just got the final episode. It's great. I know. So, if you keep checking the Dear Love Facebook, so facebook.com/DearLoveMusic, or at Dear Love Music on Twitter, my personal Twitter at Shane Kips, ShaneYKipps. You'll get all those updates. But yeah, no, really, really exciting. It's my first actual, very well-produced full-length EP, and the song power is through the roof, and we're really, really excited about it.
How about the overall goal of the band? Are you going to participate in Canadian Music Week, or is a Juno nomination something, in the future? Is that what we're working towards?
The sky's the limit. The bigger the better, obviously. We've submitted our electronic press kit to as many different festivals coming up, and we submitted for North by Northeast. I'm pretty sure we did Music Week as well. We missed Indie Week because that was in October, but next time around we will. And then festivals all over the place. So hopefully this is a big year for exposure for us, and the EP gets some traction, and then we'll be playing opening for Drake in no time.
Heck yeah! And Christina raises the roof.
It'll be a variety week.
Maybe another rap in there or something, kind of freestyle.
I'll see if he's down to
get that move back.
You have to make sure the arms are crossed. It's not happening if the arms aren't crossed.
Yeah. He's a lot more muscular than I remember him, so I'm not. If he does that and leans on me in the same way, it might send me flying across the stage now. Because he was tall and lanky, and now he's just tall and jacked. So it's got to change something in the center of gravity.
You know what? I don't doubt it.
Well, if you want to check out Shane and his band Dear Love, you can see him in February 25th at the Horseshoe Tavern.
Yes.
Which I love that place, so I might see you there.
Yeah, that's right.
Just pop in.
Please come. Please bring whoever you'd like. It is a free show. It's New Music
Free?
Nights.
Free?
Oh, yes.
Well,
I said the magic word.
Free?
Of course, we're all students
Why free,
here.
Shane?
Why free? Because music isn't
music's
about,
for everyone.
It doesn't have to be about commercialism. No. It's New Music Night at the Horseshoe. So every Tuesday there are always free shows. It's just for people to come in and experience. Hopefully, what's going to be big in the Toronto scene. I'm hoping, praying. So yeah.
All right. So Horseshoe Tavern on February 25th.
Check it out.
Yes.
All right, so now we're going to tell you what's poppin' in the paper. Hillary, I hear you're doing a story next week. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Tanya, I'm doing a story on how Nuit Blanche is being relocated to the west end of Toronto. And I'm going to look into why they're doing that and how it'll affect people on campus, because Nuit Blanche used to happen right here at Ryerson.
Also, tune in to next week where we'll give you a new episode of Pop In for Pop Culture. I'm Tanya Cruz.
And I'm Hillary MacDonald. See ya.